आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सॉल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Question is, along a streamline, velocity of a fluid particle remains constant, or velocity of fluid particles crossing a given position is constant, or velocity of all fluid particles at a given instant is constant, or speed of a fluid particle remains constant. So let's say this is a pipe. So in this pipe, if we, let's say, take a liquid flowing, so this liquid which follows the path, this path is known as streamline flow. So in streamline flow, we can say that in streamline flow, along a streamline, the velocity of all the fluid particles crossing from this cross section area, let's say, so all the fluid particle which crosses this cross section area, their velocity remains same, such that velocity remains same so that it follows equation of continuity. Equation of continuity states that the product of area into velocity remains constant such that no, let's say, amount of matter accumulates, so that we can say the matter incoming per unit time. A simply represents volume rate, that is volume flowing per unit time in is equal to volume flowing per unit time out, so that no volume accumulates at the junction point. So this simply says that streamline, along a streamline, velocity of all fluid particles crossing a given position. So this, from this cross section area, all the fluid particle, whenever they cross, their velocity in magnitude as well as in direction must remain same, such that, suppose here we say, when the junction becomes narrower, velocity increases, and when the junction is wider, velocity is lesser. So here we can say, here at this point velocity is 2 and here velocity is 10. At different junction points, velocity can be different. But if here we are saying this point, the liquid crosses with 10 meter per second, so any liquid coming from this point crossing this area must have same magnitude and same direction. So velocity of all fluid particle crossing a given position is always constant. So B is our answer. But it is not necessary that velocity of a fluid particle remains constant. We are not saying here this fluid particle, when it goes from, let's say, point P to point Q, its velocity must remain same. At point P and point Q, its velocity can differ, so that it obeys equation of the continuity such that rate of volume remains constant. So velocity of fluid particle is not necessarily remaining constant. So 1 is not our option. And similarly, option number 3, we can say velocity of all fluid particle at a given instant is constant. So it is not necessary that, let's say, at this instant all the fluid particles at different positions must have same speed. At same instant, different fluid particles might have different speed, but all the fluid particles crossing from point P must have a speed of 2 meter per second, and all the fluid particles crossing from point Q must have a speed of 10 meter per second. That is your streamline flow. So in this case, we can say velocity at a given instant is constant is also incorrect. At a given instant, along different points on a streamline, different velocities. Similarly, coming to the option number 4, speed of a fluid particle remains constant is also not necessarily true. It is not necessary that speed of particle remains constant. It is not stated here that crossing a given position. So we can say option 4 is also incorrect. So our correct answer is option number 2 only.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT, जेईई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।